All right, we're here in downtown Indianapolis. Tigers will head over to Bloomington in just a little while to take on the Indiana Hoosiers, joined by Howard Richards from the Tiger Radio Network to talk a little bit about tonight's game, which kicks off at 7 o'clock Central Time on Big Ten Network. And Howard, a couple weeks to scout this game. Whenever you look at Indiana, what are some of the keys? First of all, defensively for Missouri against an Indiana offense that is really potent and moves quick.
Essentially, it is the same offense the University of Oklahoma used to run. Kevin Wilson was a coordinator there under Bob Stoops, so this is not an unusual thing for Missouri to see. They know it pretty well. They've seen it a lot, and hopefully they've had plenty of time to adjust and adapt and can make the types of adjustments that they need to do. Defensively, they've got to slow down Indiana's offense. You know, they score quickly. They run a lot of plays, so it's very important for the Tiger defense to get set and be ready when the ball is snapped.
You told me something a second ago that Indiana gets a playoff every 21 seconds. Is that right?
Yeah. They run an incredible amount of plays. You're looking at 80, 90 plays a football game. So the best thing for Missouri to do is to keep its own offense on the field, to keep the ball out of the hands of Indiana's offense. If we control the ball, run time off the clock, if you reduce the amount of opportunities that they have to score, it really increases your chances to win this football game.
So this is like classic SEC stuff. I mean, grind that out offensively, and Missouri certainly has the running backs to do it. You know, tell me what you've seen first couple of weeks in the wins over Murray State and Toledo from Josie, Hansbrough, and Murph that they're doing so well, and it probably includes the O-line too.
The offensive line certainly is playing very well, very cohesively. Unlike last year when there were so many different lineup changes, so many different injuries, they just couldn't get it all together. This year, fortunately, the injury bug has not hit them, and hopefully it'll stay that way. But it's a good trio of running backs. Josie, Hansbrough, and Murphy, those guys really can score at any place on the football field. So I think getting back to basics, getting the ball in their hands, really trying to commit to the run, having a good balance between run and pass really gives Missouri a good chance to win.
And how can James factor into that? Because we've seen, the first couple of weeks, he seems to be back to the James Franklin of old, particularly running the football. And how much does that help balance out the running game and just kind of keep the defense on its toes?
Well, James has been very consistent, I think, so far. He looks very poised, looks very comfortable, and he's healthy. With his leadership skills, the thing that we don't want to see James do is run the football. The fewer times he runs, the better off this team will be. Get it into the hands of that three-headed monster and let those guys do all the work. But he's making good decisions. He's making quicker throws, and I think that really adds to the success of the Missouri offense.
All right, defensively, there's something a little unique this week. Most of you fans know Andrew Wilson had that the targeting penalty in the second half against Toledo, so he's not going to play in the first half. That's an NCAA rule. So as a player, Howard, when you're sitting for just a half of football, how does Andrew stay in the game mentally, and what can he be doing tonight to be ready to hit the ground running when he is able to get out there and hit the field in the second half?
He'll certainly be fresh, which really helps Missouri. You have a fresh guy who's a starter, and he's going to start that second half, and he'll be ready to go. Having to watch the first half will be tough for him, but he'll be anxious. And that targeting thing was a very unfortunate play. I don't think that he did. I thought it should have been reviewed and overturned.
Anyway, defensively, what else do you see maybe for this team tonight that's key in this game against Indiana?
Well, our defense really has to play aggressively. It's the way Missouri's style of defense is. You gotta depend on your front four to get pressure. The defensive line has to get off the blocks. They've got to really create penetration and try to put pressure on the quarterbacks, especially Sutton. He's a good quarterback. The guy's very active, and he's got 10 touchdown passes so far this season. So. Our defense is going to be a challenge for the secondary, for Missouri secondary, for everyone all the way around. Slow them down, and they'll have a chance to win tonight.
All right, that's Howard Richards, Tiger Radio Network. If you don't have Big Ten Network, Howard, Chris, Mike are the ones to go to. What time are you on the air tonight?
We will be on 2 hours before game time for the pregame, so 5 p.m.
Listen to him on your local Tiger Radio Network affiliate. He's Howard Richards. I'm Ben Arnet. We're in Indianapolis as the Tigers prepare to take on Indiana later tonight over in Bloomington.